Hello, beautiful, blessed people. Um, there's over 1,000 people on my channel right now, so I thought it would be important to do a Q&A, answer a few questions that were being asked. A lot of what is being contributed on the channel have been more comments than questions, but there's a lot of questions, which means there's a lot of comments. Everyone seems to be coming on the channel. For the most part, are very bright, intelligent, well-informed people. I mean, there are the few occasional trolls, but nothing that block and delete can't fix. So I'm going to take this opportunity to welcome you if you're new to the channel, and I'm going to answer some questions that have been asked frequently, or that I think I should be answering. Question number one is, how old am I? I am 48 years old. I'm 40 years old, and so, yeah, I guess that's all I can say about that. I'm 48 years old. Are my workouts. The workouts I did during my fast, there were 45-minute workouts, and sometimes I'll do 3 depending on my mood. And that question came from Yaya Land. Next question from TB2U. Hello sis, I have a question. I recently did a 1.5 day water fast, and I was not hungry, but I did have fatigue and great fatigue and some discomfort in my left kidney. Have you ever felt any discomfort with your organs, and do you know if kidney fatigue is considered normal? I didn't research it. I did feel my organs, I did feel issues inside internally, but this is how I see it. Our bodies are designed to heal itself. If you give the body opportunity to not focus so much on digesting food, which we do too much of, we do too much eating, so our bodies are constantly digesting food, then our bodies can concentrate on healing the organs that are used to digest food and do other things in the body. And I think a lot of us don't know what that would feel like, because our bodies are so used to accommodating how much food we put into it. So I did feel some stuff in my organs. I felt there's periods where I felt stuff all over. Did I feel stuff in my organs? Yes, I did. Do I know if kidney fatigue is normal? I don't know, but I do know that the kidney and the liver do a lot of repair during a fast. So you're going to feel something. You're going to feel something. And it was suggested to me to do a liver flush and a kidney flush, but that's a whole different. No one asked about that, so I won't even go into that. It was suggested. Okay, so we have Anne Seu asks, we know that tap water is dirty. Do you think we got parasites drinking it? And I know we have parasites eating food, but why parasites die when we get rid of water? Because parasites are different than human beings. We can live without food and water. Actually, we can live without water and food for 3 to 4 days, a dry fast. Even longer, people have done it. Parasites are they're nasty creatures. I wouldn't even consider them. Some people say they're like demons. They kind of get you to do things. They have the opposite effect that we have, opposite makeup that we have. They eat off junk. That's why we crave junk when we have, they love refined sugars and junk food, all the stuff that we shouldn't be eating. And so when you don't give the body that stuff, it does nothing, it thrives off nothing. I mean, every creature on this earth has a purpose. You know, shrimp and lobster are scavengers. They clean the surface of the earth. So everything's created. Luckily, we don't all eat the same thing. That would be hard. We'd all be fighting over everything. So parasites eat what we should not be eating. And so when we abstain from those things, they die off. It doesn't take long. A 3-day dry fast will kill parasites. Same person. Recently, I had worms in my poop, and I was they were long, jelly white strings with some thick, with something you showed in the video. So something I showed, some like wormy looking stuff. Don't know if my bowels or my anal secretions, if they were in, don't know if it was bowel or anal secretions or parasites. I stopped eating fish, meat, and dairy products, but don't exactly know what I've eaten or drank to kill and expel these bad boys. I know that you should maintain your body alkaline. Eat tons of spices. She eats tons of spices, garlic, ginger, thyme, rosemary, etc. Yeah. So I don't know. I think if we were to eat a healthy alkaline diet, I think the parasites would naturally come out. It sounds like that's what you found out, that you were able to get them to leave the body just by changing your diet. It'd be interesting to kind of maybe, I don't know, backtrack and figure out what you might have eaten. I think that's pretty amazing. That you didn't have to even focus. Okay, let me just say that I have parasites, but I didn't expect to have parasites. I really didn't. It was never an issue for me. I knew my liver and my kidney were an issue, and I was anemic, and I had an asthma issue, but I never ever thought that I would see parasites, and that's kind of why I showed it, because you think that you know your system's clean and you live a clean life and you eat fairly healthy, but there's tons of ways to contract parasites. I don't believe that the water where I'm living in the GTA Toronto doesn't have parasites. You don't contract it from that, but the water definitely isn't healthy because it's got fluoride in it, which is a totally different video that I haven't done yet. But yeah, I don't think we get parasites from the water, but I don't think that the water is healthy. All right. Okay, this is cool. This is not a question. It was a story that was shared that I think that you should hear. It's pretty amazing, and it kind of speaks to the idea behind fasting. And this is from Kisses 6279, and it reads, Kisses 6279 kissed, and what she's saying is, our bodies are amazing. At the age of 7, I had a small rock in my ear. Don't ask me how, she says. Doctors couldn't see it, and after a while, Mom and Dad thought I was just being a kid making up things. I can't stand, these stories make me sad, but it has a good ending. Hold on. 30 years later, while bending over to pick up something, I felt something move in my ear. Yup, the rock came falling out. 30 years later, we were created to keep living and healing. We have to do our part and our bodies will do the rest. And that, I thought, was an amazing story to share. And her statement at the end that our bodies will do the rest is key. It's true. Our bodies are self-healing. And I did share, I told her that I was going to share her story, even though it wasn't a question, it was a story. But she put it on, on the comments so people can see it. But I thought it should be highlighted. Pretty awesome story. 30 years of having a rock in your ear. That's something else. Okay, this is really too fast again. Question: we were given religion by our kidnappers, so why would they given us a form of salvation after our their demon acts, or is it another control mechanism? Well, this is not about the fast. This is about religion. This is about the spiritual realm. So I'll just repeat the question. Question: we were given religion by our kidnappers, so why would they given us a form of salvation after our their demon acts, or is it another control mechanism? The essence of Wicca has been placed there in all religions, and I agree. After I just did a video about my spiritual awakening or spiritual revelation, and I did speak to the church as we know it, the denominations that are out there, and I believe that no one should be in a church. I believe that they are demonic and dark, and they don't serve God's purpose, they serve Lucifer's purpose. That's what I think that they were created for. I think they were created to give partial truth, just like the media and the schools. They don't give full truth, and that's how you know that they are not of God. All right. Next question. I've been having dreams of the rapture. Fire coming from the sky, airplanes falling out of the sky. In my dream, there were saint people and people that live for the devil. Will you give your opinion about this dream? And that's from Page Knight. Okay, my opinion about this dream is that what God revealed to me is that there's going to be a period of time where all technology is going to be shut off. There is weaponry that exists in other countries that can shut down the technology across the globe. I know there's been movies based on this, so I think you should keep in mind that the devil likes to tell you in advance what he's going to do, and that everything that happens, God is in control and has permitted it. He wants us to turn to him. And the idea, she said in her dream that there were saved people and people that serve the devil in this dream, I think what that means is that people have this notion that we're going to be zipped out of here, people in this country, the West, the United States here, they've been taught by these churches that we're going to be zipped out through some rapture and escape all is to come. It's not true. In the days of Noah wasn't zipped out of here. Noah was warned and Noah prepared, and God protected and provided for him. So I believe that people are going to be caught off guard, and both believers and non-believers are going to be here to experience it. The only thing is that God's going to protect his own. Congratulations on your accomplishment. What kind of water did you use for your fast? Thank you for sharing. That's from Linda Robinson. The water that I used for my fast, my fast was a Holy Spirit led fast. And so a lot of trial and errors. I did some research before my fast, but not quite. I was instructed to do the fast, so I just did the fast. I had done fast before that fast, the 40-day fast, so I didn't really realize it was going to be so taxing on my emotions. I had such a spiritual awakening, and a lot of healing happened. But anyway, what I drank distilled water for the most part, sometimes spring water. To be honest, I drank some soda water because I love soda water. It was summer, but what I found was that soda water made me feel sick. I think soda water is very alkaline, very acidic. So as I was this is close to the time I was ending my fast, and I had lost a lot of weight. I had barely any body fat left. And so I did my research, and I found that soda water is very acidic, so I stopped drinking that. I had a couple bouts of drinking coconut water, so a day of drinking coconut water, incorporating coconut water, because I was afraid of refeeding and the symptoms that people exhibited. But then I researched some more, and I found out that drinking coconut water would take you out of ketosis, because coconut water has natural sugar. So I cut that out. So I had a day of that. But for the most part, the water that you should be drinking should be as alkaline as possible. But distilled water is water, natural water. And that's really what we want. We don't want just the way that God intended it to be. It'd be just plain natural water. So I would say distilled water. The one asks, wanted to know if you were vegetarian or vegan before the fast, and if you have eaten meat after the fast. I was vegan before the fast, and I have eaten meat after the fast. Not a lot of meat, but my daughter is learning how to cook, and she has decided that she wanted to let me try. I mean, I love to cook. I'm not going to brag, but I'm not a bad cook. My mom's a great cook too. So she brought over some of the things that she made, and biblically speaking, it's not like we can't eat meat, but I've been led to not eat meat for health reasons, and so I don't eat meat. But I have eaten meat. I don't make it a practice, but if someone my daughter offered me, it was basically soup, like a stew, and I had little bits of it in there. And so fish, and I had that. So yeah, I have. But my practice is to eat simply. So the list of things I feel that I can't eat that haven't been genetically modified or hybrid are very small. So yeah, answers your question. Can you drink apple juice or water, or just apple juice and water, or just water? So that was questions from James Boston. And James, you can drink apple juice, but then it becomes a juice fast and not a water fast. I'm thinking that if you've never done a water fast before, that you should start off with a juice fast. Why not? Or fast for a day and then add 2. Because I'll just tell you, maybe I should just be a separate video. When I first did my fast, my first fast was a 10-day fast. You must know, after eating junk, McDonald's, and all that kind of stuff, and then deciding that God's leading you to do a fast, doing a 10-day fast, how taxing that was on my body, and how emotionally strenuous that was. It was a shock. But I was so determined because of the warfare of my life at that time. I didn't know what was going on around me. I was like, what the heck is going on? It was so intense that I was determined to do this 10-day fast. And so they did the 10-day fast. And I was a wreck. I didn't know. My body was just like, it was crazy. But I do believe that God has led me to fasting because there's a history of sickness, cancer, and diabetes in my bloodline. So that's definitely why God's led me to eat differently. So, on a tangent, we'll go on a tangent. You can drink apple juice that becomes a juice fast. If you're doing a water fast, it needs to just be water. So Lana B asks, can you please share what you typically eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner nowadays? Oh gosh. Well, nowadays, I'm going to tell you that I'm going to be very honest. I started off doing really, really well. Kale, all healthy stuff. I eat basically 1 meal a day, but I eat it over a period because I'm trying to make sure to get my calories in, because I really haven't gained a lot of weight. I'm about 140 pounds. I started off at 170, but I've maintained a 40 pound weight because of the nature of how I'm living, and living by faith, you're not going to always have what you want to eat. And so I've been forced to fast. Now, there's a period I just went through where I had intense spiritual warfare, and I discovered that I still sometimes eat emotionally. I had chocolate, and I had biscuits. So it's good, and the reason why I kind of did that is because I realized that we are living in a society where we don't have much choice but to fast. We have chemtrails coming out of the sky, we have fluoride in the water. There's no way to just eat healthy and stay healthy. There's just too much going on. So so I intermittent fast. I eat once a day. Not everything I eat is organic. I don't have access to that, and it's pricey. So a big part of what I do is I fast throughout the day. So if that answers your question, predominantly what I eat is cucumbers, the mini ones. If I have tomatoes, the plum small ones. So I have had plums, raisins, walnuts, cantaloupe, tons of apples and pears. So that's generally my diet. Kale, green leafy vegetables. I've had zucchini raw, okra raw. Most of what I eat is raw, unless I'm tasting food that my daughter's made. But most of what I eat is raw now because I believe that God's led me to do that. It's energy-rich food, and the fasting. So that's what I've been doing. That's basically it. Those are the questions I felt that makes sense to answer. I don't know. My first Q&A, I just thought with over 1,000 subscribers, I should probably say something about myself. A little bit about myself. Oh, there was a question. Do my children live with me? My children live with me. I have a period right now where God is doing some work in me. That's what I'm focused on right now. That's why you don't see them a whole lot. What else? Yeah, I had some comments being left on my channel that were inappropriate. I'm not going to even address them. Just know that if you leave inappropriate comments, I'm going to block and delete you, and that is all. They appear to be statements that being made by people who have been kind of trolling me. Like, I mean, not online, but in real life. Like, they kind of know me, and they're inappropriate. They're very inappropriate statements. Like I said, I'm going to block and delete you, and that's all. I'm not going to address any comment, and I'm not going to leave them on the page either. They're going to be deleted. So you can continue to add comments on the channel, that are not appropriate, but I want to be addressing them, and I'm not going to give you the attention that you deserve. Okay? All right. Quickly, I wanted to say hello to Adriana. I promised that I would give her a shout out. Adriana and Kiara are my two youngest girls, and I want to just let you know that they are very bright girls, and when I was doing my fast, they both picked me off the ground with ease. That's how light I was. So they can easily lift 130 pounds without problem. All right, so I hope that was informative. Be blessed. And oh, someone had asked a question about maintaining skin. I should add that in. Someone had asked a question about skin, and I don't know how I didn't end up writing that down. Let me see, where is that? Was it a question? Oh yeah, it was a question. So why? Oh yeah, here it is. Here it is. I don't know how I didn't get this in. Hi, how are? Wait, hi. You are such an inspiration for me. I decided to do a 40-day cleanse. Yes, and I was wondering if you offer any suggestions. I know it's going to be tough, but I need to know what to do to keep my skin from looking saggy. Now, I want you to understand something in relation to fasting and dieting. They're very, very different. When you diet, your body doesn't have an opportunity to tap into ketosis, which means when you're in ketosis, your body eats away at fat stores, but also eats away at dead skin and tissue, dead tissue that the body doesn't need. So it repairs organs, it repairs skin, it eats away at excess skin. So you won't have sagging if you fast. It's when you diet, your body never has an opportunity, because you're still eating intervals. Like people still have their lunch, their breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and they have their snack, but they just reduce the calories. Your body never has a chance to do healing, because it's still, even though it's you're having less calories, you're still working the body to break down food. The calories are less, but it still never gets a rest. So you wouldn't have to do a fast. Let's say you just did a fast where you just fasted throughout the day and had one meal, or you took a day or two out of the week and didn't eat at all, or did a 20-day, 40-day fast. Your body would not have sagging skin. And I want to kind of get you to kind of think about people who have been in the Holocaust, or people who have been in situations where they're starved, where they don't have food. Their skin is, you don't walk around with sagging skin. Their skin isn't sagging. Their bodies eat away at the excess skin. So it's only because people who diet don't give their body opportunity to destroy and get rid of all the excess, anything that our bodies have. So that's your answer for that. Alright, so that was my 1,000 subscriber Q&A. Thank you so much for joining the channel and being a part of my family. I had already posted this video, and I usually watch it, but because of how things have been, I didn't have a chance to watch it all the way through, and the ending was deleted. Like my spiel of usually letting you know how much you mean to me. So I love you, and God loves you more. You're made for a specific purpose. No life is a mistake. I appreciate you so much, and I hope that you are blessed, and continue to share, comment, and dialogue. All right, so until next time.